my God.
Give it to me, I'm worth it.
Hey, long time no see. Just kidding. I'm actually pretty consistent on this channel right now, so kudos to me. Why do I even have a blue Solo cup? I don't even know. But before we start this video, let's just peep my outfit for a sec. Look how nice. Look how nice. It's nice. It's nice. I literally just put on this outfit for this video because I get dressed up for all of y'all. So long-awaited video, and the reason this video took so long to upload was because right after it happened, my brain like exploded into pieces and I didn't remember anything, but now everything's sort of coming back together. I can recollect some of the events that happened, and I think I'm ready to share it with all of you. So, let's get on this roller coaster, let's saddle up, and get up the ride. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yes, I think I'm ready. Let's go! First was Soundcheck, and I was mentally prepared for Soundcheck because I originally bought Soundcheck, so I was ready, so ready, and I had a question all lined up. I typed it in my phone, and I was like, I'm going to ask this question. And oh my God, so they sang. I totally freaked out, and before the guy who was kind of running the Soundcheck said it was Q&A time, I knew that it was Q&A time. So I literally like ran over to him and I was like, oh my God, can I ask a question? And he was like, yeah, later. And usually when people are like later, they mean like never, usually, at least in my life, that's usually what it is. So I was like, well, I'm screwed. But it was okay because I mentally prepared myself to be rejected. Am I the only person who like prepares himself to get rejected, like mentally prepares himself? Because I did this in like high school, like when homecoming or prom came around, I would mentally prepare myself to be rejected. That way, if I didn't feel bad at all. Like I'd just be like, I'm too good for everyone here. So I mentally prepared myself, so he swerved me and I was like, wow, this sucks. But I was so persistent. I literally followed him around, and then he turned around to me and he was like, can you go back where you were? And I'm like, okay, fine. So I go back to where I was, and then it was time for the last question because I knew it was kind of getting long. I knew he wanted to wrap things up, and I thought I had been completely swerved, but he came over my way, and I was like hyperventilating, but then he literally swerves me again. I'm right here, there's a little girl right next to me, and he goes to the freaking little girl who didn't even want to ask a question, by the way. She was just sort of standing there, and he asked the little girl, do you want to ask a question? But thank God, this little girl was like, no, I don't want to ask a question. Thank the Lord. This little girl saved my life. I owe her my life. And so he turns around to me and he's like, okay, what's your question? And this was my time to shine. And I showed him my phone because I had it written out, and he was like, wow, this is long. And I was like, yeah, because it's a real question. It's not, where are you guys from, Fifth Harmony? It's not that kind of question. Like, it's a real question. Fifth Harmony has been asked some stupid questions, and I wasn't going to ask some stupid question. I was going to ask them a question that's been on my mind, and it's been on my mind just because of all that stuff with Selena Gomez not standing up for Black Lives Matter, and Taylor Swift not ever saying anything about like social issues. I was really curious what they had to say. I was actually really curious what Camila had to say, but whatever. He said just choose one person, so I decided to choose Lauren just because my girl is woke. She's so woke. She's so woke. I asked Lauren because it was the most fitting question for her. Let me just insert that clip right here. It's easier to show you than explain.
We have a question for Lauren, actually.
Hey.
Hello, do you think that people with influence like yourselves have an obligation to speak out about social and or political issues to their young impressionable audiences?
Yes, to an extent. I feel like you should speak about things that you're genuinely passionate about and things that actually draw you to them. Because there's 1,000,001 things going on in the world at once, and there's a lot of awful things happening at once, so it's kind of hard to cover all the bases without someone seeming morbid at times. So to kind of keep it in a positive light and to spread awareness about things as often as possible, like, I think is really important. Actually, I really think it's cool because a lot of us are involved in a lot of different things. Like I just mentioned Dimes, Camila's working with Save the Children, which I think is really dope. So like, we're all doing different stuff, like Molly, we've all done different things to, you know, bring awareness to things like that. So,
Okay, guys,
And yeah, I asked them that question, and I have my question all typed out in the description just in case you wanted to see exactly what I asked her, because maybe it's hard to hear, I don't know. I asked them a question, and I died the entire time because Lauren Oreggi was staring at me in the eyes the whole time. You can't see that in the video, but literally eye contact the whole time. It was like staring into God or an angel. I was literally tearing up, but I could not cry because my meet and greet photo would look horrible if I cried. So I internalized everything, and I'm like an idiot, so like every time everyone was cheering in that video, I was like, woo, literally like, woo, like in front of them. So, and they were looking at me. I make a fool of myself, but I was so excited, and oh my God, thank the Lords, I got to ask a question. Next step, interview, MRA. So Soundcheck is over. We get in line for the meet and greet, and we're actually third to last because the people who got it for free go last, whatever. So we're third to last, and as we're in line, JoJo was doing soundcheck, so we actually got to watch JoJo's soundcheck, and me and my friend were literally screaming, and we're the only two people screaming, and JoJo waved hi to us, and JoJo was interacting with us, and it was a really good experience. It was the most fun I had waiting in a line, like ever. We were actually blessed to be last in line. The people from VIP Nation wanted me and my friend to take the picture together with Fifth Harmony, and I wasn't about that life. I just need a single pic with my faves, like, stop yourself. So we came up with a scheme, and I was basically like, I came with my mom, I don't know who she is, sort of deal, but I screwed this up, and I'll get to that later. So it was my turn to go, and I panic. I don't know if it's a panic attack, maybe it's an anxiety attack, I'm not sure, but I panic all the freaking time, and I was trying so hard not to panic. I get horrible episodes. I knew what would come if I didn't calm myself down. So I was next in line, and I was literally hyperventilating, and the VIP Nation people thought I was crazy because I was taking such deep breaths. Like, I was like, and you'd think I'm exaggerating, but I'm literally not exaggerating. Like, I had to do that to calm myself. I was already tearing up. So I walk in, and I see the beautiful faces, and I make eye contact with all of them, and I was literally going to die, but I didn't. So my original plan for a pose was this photo right here, and I actually printed it and tucked it into my skirt because I wanted to pull it out and be like, can we do this pic real quick? So that didn't go according to plan. I completely panicked, and I just like, I like word vomited on them, but I completely panicked. So I ended up saying, could we get really close so all of us can fit in my Twitter pic? And originally I wanted to be in between Lauren and Normani, but I completely freaked out, just like completely lost it. So I'm just like, can we get really close? And Dinah's like, oh girl, that's smart. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know. So we get really close and we take the pic, and this is where I freaking messed up. I had no idea there was two pictures. Call me fake or whatever, but for some reason I had no idea there was two pictures. Because whenever anyone posted their pictures, I've only seen one. I don't know, I had no idea there was two pictures. So for my second pose, I just put up a peace sign like an idiot. And I thought I was next to Camila and Lauren this whole time, which shows how much my brain just like couldn't take in all this information, because I was next to Camila and Normani, and I should have just like swerved Camila in the second picture. I love Camila though, don't get me wrong, but I should have been hugging Normani in the second picture, but I just didn't know there was two, okay? After the second picture, I just turned around to them. The security guard was already holding my shoulder like, let's go. But I turned around to them, and this is where I lost it. This is where I freaking lost it, and I'm an idiot, but whatever. I turned around to them, and I don't know exactly what I said, but I'm just sort of paraphrasing because I word vomited, and I had a mental breakdown in front of them, basically. I said, thank you for being such a beautiful woman of color. There is not enough representation in the media, and when I was younger, I used to think I was ugly, but thanks to you guys, I have found beauty within myself, or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But I said something along those lines, and I literally just started bawling like a crazy person in front of them, by the way. And then Allie's like, oh, never feel that way, you're so beautiful, and stuff like that. And then all of them hugged me, like we all got in a group hug, and then I hugged all of them individually, and I was like, thank you so much. And to Allie, I was like, thank you for representing short women all around the world, because you are so freaking beautiful. Short girls represent. And then I said something to the rest of them. and I just completely lost it. I don't know what I said. I said something to each and every one of them, and I individually hugged each and every one of them, by the way. Can I also note that the security guard still had his hand on my shoulder this entire freaking time? I don't even know. I honestly think he still had his hand on my shoulder even when I was giving all the hugs, and oh my god, I didn't want to leave, and I was just like, bye girls, I love you so much. Ugh, I'm so embarrassing. Ugh. And then I left, and I turned around and took one last glance, and they were still looking at me, and it was just such a good experience. And they knew me from before because I had asked a question, one of like 5 questions, so they knew me from before. And I forgot to say this, but Dinah complimented my outfit. And I was like, oh, thank you. Or was it Dinah? Was it Normani? I don't remember. So yes, I completely embarrassed myself in front of them and basically had a mental breakdown, but it's all good in this hood. And now to the part where I messed up. So I got out of my meet and greet, and then I started waiting around that area, and then the security guard who let me into the meet and greet, he was like, go back over to the merch table. And I said, oh, I'm waiting for, and that's when I realized I screwed up because I told him I came with my mom, and that's why I got a single pic. But in reality, I came with my friend, and he freaking realized that I came with my best friend, who was still in the meet and greet, because I said I was waiting for someone. But it's okay, it already happened, so what can you do? You've been scammed. Scammed! Woo! When I came out of the meet and greet, I walked up to my friend Juan, and Juan actually said that I spent a really long time with the girls in comparison to everyone else. And yes, I did spend a really long time with them. I just didn't realize how long I've been spending. It felt like 4 seconds to me, but apparently it was like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes long. Like, that's really long because they're usually like only 4 seconds long. Literally 4 seconds long. And I know this because I've been to a meet and greet before, and I've had a 4-second long meet and greet with the girls before, so good job. So thanks to my mental breakdown, I think.
Going alone right after each other.
It happened.
Well, for you guys.
It happened for you at 9 in the morning.
Oh, true.
Yeah, and then I went after.
So I spent a really long time with them. Surprise, surprise. Wow, wow, wee. Wow, 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 wee. I just word vomited on all of you guys. Hope you like that story. So that was my Soundcheck and meet and greet experience at the 727 concert in Chicago, and it was great. I know it sounded like I hated myself the whole time, but it was honestly the best day of my life. Like, best day of my life, the most interaction I've ever had with the girls. I'm blessed. I am so freaking blessed. I'm so grateful. I don't know who I should be thanking, but I'm thankful. I'm thankful for my job, because without my job, I would not have money to buy tickets and merch and stuff, but I just quit my job. So now I'm not going to have all that money. I'm sweaty. I'm literally sweaty. I'm like sweating trying to keep up with myself right now. This is gross. I'm disgusted with myself. So, leave a like for my mental breakdown, or leave a dislike. Just kidding, leave a like, even if you didn't like me, because why not? And subscribe if you're not subscribed to see more videos from me. I'm very consistent lately. Woo! I'm still sweaty, and I'm out of water. If you went to the 727 tour in any city, comment below your experience, 'cause I want to know if I'm not the only embarrassing person on this planet. Yeah, so see you later, alligators. Until next time.
Goes into one ear and out of the other. What you're saying to 2 different things. I don't wanna hear it. Can't even believe it's true.